Okay, so you're getting ready for a call center team leader interview.
Oh, nice.
Pretty exciting stuff,
Mhm.
right? Well, we've got some great insights here from interview prep to help you really stand out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an article that we've been looking at that breaks down some common interview questions that they ask, and then it provides a ton of practical advice on what those hiring managers are actually looking for.
Okay.
It's like having a secret weapon going into this thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and what I find really interesting about this particular article is how interview prep really goes beyond those surface level tips.
Right.
They
Yeah.
really delve into the unique challenges that come with leading a call center team
Yeah.
and then provide actionable strategies to actually address them.
Yeah. That's crucial.
So it's not just about knowing the answers, it's about showcasing your leadership skills
Uh-huh.
and really understanding that call center environment.
Right.
So speaking of leadership, one of the first things that interview prep highlights is the importance of motivating and engaging your agents.
Okay.
And they make a great point.
Yeah.
Call center work, it can be super repetitive and emotionally draining.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
How do you think leaders can combat that and keep their teams energized?
I think that's a crucial aspect of the role.
Yeah,
It's not enough to just tell people what to do.
right.
You need to inspire them to do their best work.
Uh-huh.
Interview prep suggests focusing on recognition
Okay.
and creating a supportive environment where agents feel valued and appreciated.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone wants to feel like their contributions matter.
Right.
Interview prep also mentions setting achievable goals
Okay.
and offering growth opportunities within the company.
Yeah.
Do you think that plays into the motivation factor as well?
Absolutely. When agents feel like they're learning and progressing, it keeps them engaged and motivated.
Yeah.
And it also reduces turnover, which saves the company time and money
Huge.
on constantly having to train new recruits.
That's a great point. Having a stable and well-trained team
Yeah.
is essential for any successful call center.
Yeah, for sure.
It kind of makes me think about the next topic that interview prep covers, and this might sound a bit dry, but it's so important.
Okay.
It's customer service policies.
Okay.
As a team leader, it's really important to understand how those policies impact both the team and the customer experience.
Right.
So how do you find that balance?
You're talking about the balance between company goals and customer expectations.
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to be so rigid that you alienate customers,
Right.
but you also need to operate within the company's guidelines.
Makes sense. And interview prep specifically mentions using data
Okay.
to measure the effectiveness of policies and track customer feedback.
Uh-huh.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, being data-driven is essential in today's world.
Yeah.
You need to be able to analyze metrics and use that information to make informed decisions about policies and procedures.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So let's face it, we've all been on the receiving end of a frustrating customer service call.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
for sure.
So how does interview prep advise handling those difficult situations when you're the one leading the team?
I think it's about empowering your agents to de-escalate situations
Okay.
and find solutions within company policies.
Uh-huh.
Remaining calm, using active listening, and empathizing with the customer.
Right.
Those are all key skills that you want to highlight in the interview.
Yeah, and what I find really insightful about what they're saying is that interview prep emphasizes not just reacting to difficult situations, but proactively preparing your team to handle them.
Right. It's about providing them with the training and resources they need
Uh-huh.
to feel confident and capable
Right.
when dealing with those challenging callers.
Yeah.
So this could involve role-playing scenarios
Oh, yeah.
or creating a knowledge base of common issues and solutions.
Okay. Those are great practical ideas.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say you can handle difficult situations,
Right.
but it's another to show that you have a plan in place
Yeah.
to equip your team for success.
Exactly.
So speaking of showcasing your abilities, interview prep has some great advice on how to demonstrate your past successes during an interview.
Okay.
So how would you approach that?
Well, this is where you get to shine.
Right,
Don't just tell them you're great, show them.
right.
Interview prep recommends sharing specific initiatives
Okay.
where you improved customer satisfaction,
Uh-huh.
outlining the steps you took and the positive results that you achieved.
And they emphasize using data to support your claims
Yeah.
because numbers can be really powerful in illustrating the impact that you've made.
They certainly can.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, I improved customer satisfaction, you can say, I implemented a new training program that resulted in a 15% increase in positive customer feedback scores.
Right, yeah.
That's much more compelling,
Way more compelling.
and it demonstrates your data-driven approach.
So imagine you're tasked with training new call center agents. What kind of approach do you think would be most effective?
Well, interview prep highlights the importance of structure and engaging materials.
Okay.
They suggest creating a training program with clear objectives,
Hmm.
timelines,
Yeah.
and interactive elements like role play scenarios.
Yeah. Role-playing is such a valuable tool for building confidence
Right.
and practicing real-life situations in a safe environment.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's a much more effective way to learn than just sitting through lectures or reading manuals.
Yeah. And it allows for immediate feedback and adjustments,
Yeah,
which is essential for those new agents.
absolutely.
Interview prep also emphasizes positive reinforcement
Okay.
and creating a supportive learning environment.
Right.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Positive reinforcement is key, especially when people are new to a role.
Yeah.
Celebrating those successes, big or small, helps build confidence.
Yeah.
And it fosters a positive team dynamic.
It's about creating a culture where people feel comfortable making mistakes and learning from them. Yeah.
And that ties in nicely with interview prep's emphasis on analytics and performance.
Right.
It's not just about making calls, it's about understanding the data behind those calls.
Absolutely.
Right.
Data is crucial for tracking progress,
Yeah.
identifying areas for improvement,
Uh-huh.
and making those informed decisions.
Interview prep advises showcasing your familiarity with those key call center metrics.
Okay.
So things like average call time, first call resolution rate,
Right.
customer satisfaction scores. Are those the kinds of things you're thinking of?
Precisely.
Okay.
You don't need to be a data scientist,
Right.
but you should understand what those metrics mean
Yeah.
and how they can be used to improve team performance.
Yeah. For example, if your average call time is consistently high,
Yeah.
it might indicate a need for additional training
Right.
or a more streamlined process.
For sure.
And if your first call resolution rate is low,
Uh-huh.
it could suggest that agents aren't equipped with the right information or tools.
To effectively address customer issues.
It's all about the data.
Yeah. So speaking of tools, interview prep mentions the importance of being adaptable and open to learning new technology.
Oh,
Technology is constantly evolving in the call center world.
right.
So it's essential to demonstrate a willingness to embrace new tools and systems.
Yeah.
Even if you haven't used a specific software before,
Mm,
expressing that desire to learn can go a long way
absolutely.
because it shows that you're a lifelong learner
Right.
and adaptable to change,
Uh-huh.
which are both valuable qualities in any leadership role.
For sure.
Now, let's talk about quality assurance.
Okay.
It's like a safety net,
Yeah.
catching mistakes before they become bigger problems.
That's a great analogy.
Right.
Yeah.
So interview prep recommends implementing various quality assurance measures,
Uh-huh.
like regular check-ins,
Okay.
customer feedback surveys,
Right.
call monitoring.
Yeah.
And it's not about micromanaging or punishing agents.
Yeah.
It's about providing constructive feedback and fostering a culture of continuous improvement.
Exactly.
It's about creating an environment where everyone is striving to deliver excellent customer service.
Yeah, for sure.
Now let's get into a topic that can be a bit tricky.
Okay.
Managing underperforming employees.
Right.
It's a delicate balance
Mm.
between holding people accountable
Uh-huh.
and maintaining morale.
For sure.
So how do you approach that?
Well, interview prep advises being transparent
Okay.
about your performance management approach.
Yeah.
Explain how you set clear expectations,
Uh-huh.
provide support and training,
Okay.
and when necessary, take disciplinary action.
Right.
But they also highlight the importance of understanding why an employee might be struggling.
Yeah, so it's not always about a lack of effort or skill,
Right.
but rather an underlying issue that needs to be addressed,
Uh-huh.
maybe a lack of resources,
Yeah.
inadequate training,
Mm-hmm.
or even personal challenges that are impacting their work. Yeah, so it's about being a supportive leader who seeks to understand the root cause of the problem
Right.
and then works collaboratively to find solutions.
Exactly.
Speaking of challenging situations, let's talk about conflict resolution.
Okay.
Conflict is inevitable
Oh, yeah.
in any team environment.
Definitely.
So how would you approach conflict resolution?
Interview prep suggests sharing a specific example
Okay.
where you successfully mediated a conflict,
Mm-hmm.
highlighting your calm and objective approach.
Right.
It's about showcasing your ability to listen to different perspectives,
Yeah.
find common ground,
Uh-huh.
and guide the team towards a resolution.
And what I really like about interview prep's advice is that they emphasize the importance of creating a workplace culture where conflicts are seen as opportunities for growth and improvement
Oh, yeah.
rather than something to be avoided.
Right. And by fostering open communication and
Yeah.
respectful dialogue, you can turn conflicts into opportunities to learn, strengthen relationships, and build a more cohesive team.
And a more cohesive team ultimately leads to a better customer experience.
Right. That's the ultimate goal.
And that's a great point to end on for this part of the deep dive.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground,
Yeah, we have
but there's still much more to explore.
lots more to unpack.
So stay tuned. We'll be back with more insights and strategies from interview prep in our next segment.
Sounds good.
All right, so we're back.
Back for more.
Yeah, continuing our deep dive into those crucial call center team leader interview insights
Yeah.
from interview prep.
Eh.
You've already learned so much about motivating your team
Uh-huh.
and handling all those tricky situations.
Okay.
But now, let's look at how you can highlight your problem-solving skills,
Okay. Yeah.
especially when it comes to the tech side of things.
Right.
So what's fascinating about this is that interview prep,
Yeah.
they emphasize going beyond just basic technical knowledge.
Right.
They talk about those situations where a customer inquiry might require more expertise than you have at your fingertips.
Oh, for sure.
So it's not about knowing every single answer.
Right.
It's about knowing how to find the information you need.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Like being resourceful.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating resourcefulness.
Yeah.
And a commitment to finding solutions for your customers,
Right?
even if it means going the extra mile.
Absolutely.
So how do you think you could effectively showcase that in an interview setting?
I'd share a specific example where I encountered a technical issue
Okay.
that was outside of my area of expertise,
Okay.
and I'd explain the steps that I took
Okay.
to research the problem, troubleshoot potential solutions,
Right.
and ultimately resolve the issue for the customer.
So it's about showing initiative and a willingness to learn.
Absolutely. And to take it a step further,
Okay.
I would explain what systems or processes I implemented
Okay.
to help my team handle similar situations in the future.
Ooh, that's good. That demonstrates a proactive approach to problem solving
Right.
and a commitment to continuous improvement.
It shows you're thinking ahead.
That's a fantastic way to frame it.
Yeah.
It's not just about solving one problem.
Right.
It's about creating solutions
Yeah,
that benefit the entire team and the company as a whole.
exactly.
Now, shifting gears a bit,
Okay.
let's talk about data reporting.
All right.
We touched on this earlier,
Yeah.
but interview prep really emphasizes the importance of being able to
Yeah.
not just collect data,
Uh-huh.
but to analyze it
Right.
and use those insights to drive positive change.
For sure. So what kind of advice did they give?
Well, they recommend being prepared to discuss your experience with creating reports,
Okay.
identifying trends,
Uh-huh.
and using data to make recommendations for improvement.
Okay.
So, for example,
Yeah.
if you notice a spike in call volume during a particular time of day,
Right.
you could use that data to adjust staffing levels or implement new processes to handle the increased demand more efficiently.
That's a great example.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you have experience with specific reporting software,
Yeah.
definitely mention that.
Right.
It shows you're familiar with the tools of the trade.
Absolutely. It demonstrates a level of technical proficiency that hiring managers really look for in a team leader.
Now let's revisit those angry customers again.
Okay.
We talked about de-escalation techniques,
Right.
but interview prep takes it a step further
Okay.
by emphasizing the importance of not just handling the customer in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
but also supporting your team as they navigate those challenging interactions.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So it's about creating a culture
Right.
where agents feel empowered to handle those difficult calls and know they have the support of their leader.
For sure.
So how can you demonstrate that in an interview setting?
Well, I'll talk about the specific steps I'd take to equip my team for success. This could involve providing comprehensive training on de-escalation techniques,
Okay.
conducting regular role-playing exercises to practice handling different scenarios,
Yeah.
and creating a supportive environment where agents feel comfortable asking for help
Right.
when they need it.
Those are really practical and effective strategies.
Yeah,
It's about being proactive
right.
and ensuring your team has the tools and resources they need to thrive, even in those challenging situations.
Exactly. And it's also important to acknowledge that dealing with those angry customers
Yeah.
can be emotionally taxing for agents.
Oh, for sure.
So I would create a system for regular check-ins
Okay.
and offer support to help them de-stress and process those difficult interactions.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It shows a level of empathy and understanding
Okay.
that's essential for any leader, especially in a customer-facing role.
Absolutely.
Now let's move on to a topic that's incredibly important in today's world:
Okay.
privacy and security. With so much sensitive information being shared over the phone,
Yeah.
it's crucial for call center leaders to prioritize data protection.
Definitely. So what kind of insights does interview prep offer in this area?
Well, they emphasize the importance of understanding and implementing security protocols,
Okay.
such as using secure databases,
Right.
encrypting sensitive information, and training your team on proper data handling procedures.
Those are all important.
Yeah, it's about demonstrating that you take data protection seriously
Right.
and are committed to safeguarding customer information.
Absolutely. You want to instill confidence in both your team and the company that you're taking the necessary steps to protect that sensitive data.
Now let's shift gears
Okay.
to a topic that allows you to really showcase
Yeah.
your dedication to customer satisfaction.
Right.
And that's going above and beyond.
Okay. Yeah.
We all know that sometimes customers have requests
Yeah.
that fall outside of those standard procedures.
Right. For sure.
So how does interview prep suggest handling those situations?
Well, they recommend sharing a story where you went above and beyond to help a customer,
Okay.
even if it meant stepping outside of your typical responsibilities.
Uh,
It's about demonstrating a customer-centric mindset
right.
and a willingness to be a team player.
So it's those small acts of kindness and going the extra mile
Yeah.
that really make a difference in creating a positive customer experience.
I couldn't agree more. And those stories make you memorable in an interview.
That's true.
They show that you're not just following a script.
Right.
You're genuinely invested in providing exceptional service.
Now let's move on to a topic that might not be the most exciting,
Okay.
but it's crucial for any business compliance and regulation.
Right.
So it's about demonstrating that you understand the importance of operating
Yeah.
within those legal and ethical boundaries.
It's essential.
What kind of advice does interview prep offer for showcasing your knowledge in this area?
They recommend highlighting how you stay informed about relevant laws and regulations,
Okay.
how you train your team on compliance procedures, and what systems you have in place to monitor and ensure adherence
Okay.
to those regulations.
It's about being proactive
Right.
and demonstrating a meticulous approach to compliance.
Yeah.
It shows that you're not just ticking boxes.
Right.
You're truly committed to ethical and responsible leadership.
Exactly. And finally,
Okay.
let's wrap up this segment
Okay.
with a topic that shows your passion for the industry and your commitment to continuous learning.
Right.
And that is staying ahead of industry trends.
So it's about demonstrating that you're not just content with the status quo.
Right.
You're always looking for ways to improve and innovate.
Yeah, always learning.
So what does interview prep suggest sharing in this area?
They encourage you to talk about how you stay informed about emerging trends in customer service,
Okay.
whether it's through attending conferences, reading industry publications,
Mm-hmm.
or even engaging with online communities and thought leaders.
It's about being a lifelong learner
Yeah.
and being genuinely curious about the future of the field.
Absolutely. But it's not just about absorbing information.
Right.
It's about applying what you learn
Yeah.
to improve your team's performance and enhance that customer experience.
Right.
Be prepared to share examples of how you've implemented new ideas or strategies based on your knowledge of industry trends.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've covered so much ground in this segment,
Yeah, we sure have.
exploring a wide range of skills and strategies
Right.
that are essential for success as a call center team leader.
Absolutely.
But we're not done yet.
No, not yet.
There's still more to unpack
Right.
on our final segment,
Okay.
where we'll dive into additional insights from interview prep
Sounds good.
to help you really nail that interview.
Can't wait.
So stay with us
And we are back.
for our final round
Yeah, for the final part of our deep dive.
into absolutely acing that call center team leader interview.
All right.
We've covered a ton of ground already,
We have.
from motivating your team and handling those difficult situations
Yeah.
to showcasing those problem-solving skills
Uh-huh.
and staying ahead of industry trends.
It's been a lot.
It has been a lot.
But interview prep still has some more valuable insights to share.
Okay, great.
So let's jump right in.
Let's do this. So we talked earlier
Yeah.
about going above and beyond for those customers,
Huh?
Even when those requests fall outside of our normal scope of responsibilities,
Right.
it's a great way to demonstrate that dedication
Yeah,
to customer satisfaction.
for sure.
But I'm curious, how do you navigate those situations
Okay.
while also respecting your job responsibilities and company policies?
Well, it is a balancing act for sure. You
Yeah.
want to be helpful and accommodating,
Right.
but also realistic about what you can and cannot do.
Mm-hmm.
Interview prep suggests sharing a specific example of a time that you successfully handled this kind of situation.
So instead of just saying, I always go above and beyond for my customers,
Right.
you would actually provide a concrete example.
Exactly. Talk about a time when a customer had a unique request
Okay.
or a problem that required thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Explain how you listened to their needs,
Uh-huh.
explored potential solutions,
Okay.
and ultimately how you ensured that they received the help they needed.
Even if it meant like referring them to another department
Right.
or finding a creative workaround within the company's guidelines.
Precisely.
Okay.
It's about demonstrating your problem-solving skills,
Mm-hmm.
your commitment to teamwork,
Right.
and above all,
Yeah.
your dedication to finding solutions that benefit the customer.
Now let's shift gears to a topic that might not be as glamorous,
Okay.
but is equally important.
All right.
Compliance and regulations.
Right.
Yeah, it's not always the most exciting part of the
Yeah.
job.
Yeah, true.
But ensuring your team operates ethically
Mhm.
and responsibly
Yeah.
is crucial for any leader.
Absolutely. It's about protecting the company, your
Uh-huh.
team, and the customers.
So interview prep emphasizes showcasing your understanding of those relevant laws and regulations in your industry.
Right.
So it's not just about knowing the rules,
Yeah.
it's about demonstrating how you apply them in a real-world setting.
Exactly. Talk about how you stay informed about changing regulations.
Okay.
How you train your team on compliance procedures, and what systems you have in place to monitor and ensure adherence to those regulations.
So it's about being proactive and demonstrating that meticulous approach to compliance. So it shows that you're not just ticking boxes.
Right.
You're truly committed to ethical and responsible leadership.
And finally, let's wrap up our deep dive with
Right.
a topic that allows you to express your passion for the field,
Okay.
staying ahead of industry trends.
Okay.
The world of customer service is constantly evolving, so it's important to demonstrate that you're not just keeping up,
Yeah.
you're leading the way.
What kind of advice does interview prep offer for showcasing this aspect of your leadership style?
They suggest being prepared to discuss how you stay informed
Okay.
about those emerging trends in customer service.
Yeah.
This could be through attending conferences,
Right.
reading industry publications,
Right.
or even engaging with online communities and thought leaders.
So it's about being a lifelong learner
Yeah,
and being genuinely curious about the future of the field.
absolutely. But it's not just about absorbing information.
Right.
It's about applying what you learn to improve your team's performance and enhance the customer experience.
Right.
Be prepared to share examples of how you've implemented new ideas or strategies based on your knowledge of industry trends.
So there you have it.
We did it.
We dissected Interview Prep's guide to acing your call center team leader interview
That's right.
and uncovered a wealth of insights to help you really stand out from that competition.
You got this.
We explored everything from motivating your team and handling those difficult situations to showcasing your technical expertise and staying ahead of industry trends.
We covered it all.
But remember, it's not just about memorizing answers.
Right.
It's about understanding those core principles
Yeah,
of leadership, communication, and customer centricity.
that's what it's all about.
It's about showcasing your unique strengths and your passion
Right.
for creating a positive and productive work environment where your team can thrive.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So go out there, be confident, be yourself,
Yeah.
and let those leadership qualities shine through.
Good luck.
We're cheering you on every step of the way.
Yeah.
And remember, we're always here to help you navigate that career journey.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.